In this video, I'm going to show you how to update the template in the syllabus, the course syllabus, as well as in the module pages. When we were working on the home page, we imported the new home page, and then we took the content from the old home page and copied that over, or we didn't really copy, but we typed out the content that was on the old page into the new home page. For the syllabus and the module pages, we're going to do this in sort of a reverse type of way. And so we're not going to take any of the content out. We're just going to replace the images. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Edit on our syllabus. I'm going to make my screen a little bigger here. We're going to also go to the template that we're working with for that specific course and go to the syllabus for that as well. You'll see that the syllabus from the template has all of the updated images in it, and so we're just going to grab those and we're going to put those in the syllabus for the course. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the template and you're going to highlight on one of the pictures. You're just going to copy that, and for the sake of the picture I'm going to right click and copy, but you'll see that you can do that via Control-C on your keyboard if you wanted to make that a little quicker. So you're going to copy the image, and then you're going to go to the actual course that you're working on. This is our old image. We're actually going to get rid of this. So we're just going to highlight it. You don't even have to delete it. You can just copy, or you can paste the new image right over top of that. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste, or you can do Control-V on your keyboard. That's going to put the image in there with the updated Amazon link. So if you click on the embed image icon there on your rich content editor, it looks like a little bit of a couple mountains. If you click on that, you're going to see that updated Amazon link. You're going to see the alt text, the sizing for the picture, so on and so forth. So that image is done. You're going to do that for each of the images here. So this is actually a bad image, a bad link. We're going to get rid of that. About the course author, you're going to go to the new template syllabus, the syllabus in the new template, and you're going to see that there is a new image here for about the course author. So we're going to copy that. We're going to go back to the syllabus about the course author. We're going to put that in here. So paste that in. That dropped the text down. You can just do a backspace to get that back up there. I'm also, while I'm doing this, just going to clean this up, take out any extra spaces that aren't really necessary for the page. I'm going to take out any bolding, make the font 12 point. That way, for a screen reader, for students that are blind or visually impaired, the screen reader will read to the student exactly what everybody else will see on the page. So we're going to take the bold off of this and highlight it. And I'm just going to go through and clean this page up. And then I'll go back and make sure that all of the font is 12 point instead of 11 point. And we're just going to continue with these images. So we're looking for about the course. And so we've got about the course here. We're going to copy that and paste it over here. And so you may have realized or saw that there is a section in here that is not in that course, a section in the template that's not in that course. If you find that, there might not be that About Instructor section. We're going to copy that whole section and just put it in there. That way it's in there for the future. So we're going to paste that. We'll take out these extra spaces, and then we'll just keep going. So when you get down to the syllabus section of the page where the instructor has the option to link in a hard copy of their syllabus, you'll see that there is an image as well as some text. In our new syllabus template, we have an icon that is, it's an image for the whole thing. So we're just going to copy that image and we're going to paste that whole thing in there. So we're going to get rid of the image and the text, and we're going to replace that with that new image. Then for any links, if you see any place where they've linked in a document and it says .pdf or .doc or anything like that, you can just delete that part. It's not necessary to have that. And so that can be a little bit confusing for a screen reader as well. So I'm just going to keep going here. Okay, so I have all of the images updated. I also went through and changed all of the text. I took out any of the bolding. I made all of the font at least a 12-point font. Some things need to be a header, so you'll see this is a header, and that's fine. But the other thing is, if the instructor has images in the course, then you need to make sure that those are all texted properly. So this was an existing image in the course, and so I'm just going to click on that, and it doesn't really have a proper alt text. It's okay to say Physics 111 logo, but we don't want to have that .png behind it for the alt text. So I'm just going to update that, and then this one is also an image, and that's just going to be, I believe it said you can move this if you need to around the page. It's just going to be astronomy textbook is what we're going to make that, and then we can just click update on that, and then we'll see that that took the centering off, so we'll put that back. And then the final step of this is actually going to be to check the HTML editor to make sure that all of the links are linking to Amazon and not to Dropbox. So if you click HTML editor, which is in your upper right hand corner, and you click on your keyboard Control F, it'll pop up a search bar, and you can search for Dropbox, and there was not any results, which is what we want. We don't want to have any links that are going to Dropbox. We want them to all go to Amazon. So once you have checked that, you can just click Update Syllabus. That will update the syllabus, and you will be done with the syllabus. Now, with the modules, it's going to be very similar to the same process. You're going to go to Modules in the course. Module 0 and the instructor module is going to be totally different. But for Module 1, you're going to go to, you can start with Module 1. You will click on the Module 1 overview page, which should be the first one. You'll see this is the old template, very, very old template that was used, and we want to make sure that that all gets updated. So you're going to go into edit mode for this page as well, and you'll do the same process for every module page. You will go in and you will then go to your syllabus, or I'm sorry, to your, it said syllabus on the page. Go to your template for the template that you're using for this course. Go to modules. Now each module in our template is going to have a different banner that says that module number. So you want to make sure that you're using a different module banner for the corresponding module in the course that you're working in. So this is module 1 that I'm going to be working in. I'll go to edit for module 1. I'm going to copy the module 1 banner. I'm going to go back to the course. This one didn't have a banner at all. So we're going to add a line and add that banner. We'll paste it in there, and then this is an image that she has linked in, and that can be centered. And then for objectives, in the course it could be called objectives or outcomes. It's going to be the same thing. So anytime you see objectives, it's going to be the same thing as an outcome, so you're going to use that image. So we'll copy that. We're going to get rid of all of this. So we're going to get rid of the text. We're going to get rid of this broken image, whatever that was. We're going to paste in that module outcomes button, and then we're going to get rid of this extra spacing as well, just like we talked about for the syllabus. And then we'll go down through here. This is fine, but we want to get rid of the bold, and we want to get rid of the italics, and we don't want it to be red text. It was red text. We want to make that black text. So we can put that there, and then we'll go, we found readings, and so we've got an image over here for readings. We'll copy that and put that in the course. So we'll get rid of this, get rid of that broken image as well. We'll paste the new one in there. So you'll see that we're just updating these images as we go down through this page. Module observations. We don't have a module observation, but we can use module resources. I kind of use that as an other. If you have stuff that's not, we don't have an image for, you can always use resources. And so get rid of that and then paste in that module resources button. And then the last one should be module activities. And we do have an image for that. So we'll copy that. We'll go back to the course, get rid of the text and the broken image, and paste that in, that module activities button. Now, I do know, because I've already been looking at this course, that this instructor is linking to activities within the course from the module overview page, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to get rid of these, but if you have a question whether that is linking to the course or not, you can always right click on a link and open it in a new tab, and then you can go to that tab and see where it was actually going. So by doing that, we know that that is actually going to the course. We don't want this in here. We want the students to actually use the next button in the bottom right hand corner of the page. So I'm going to get rid of that, and then I'm going to get rid of all of these extra spaces, because if we leave that in there, then a screen reader is actually going to read that to the students. So the same thing down here, we're going to check this, open in a new tab. That is also going to the course, so we're going to get rid of that. So get rid of that and get rid of all of those extra spacings. Now here's that image again, so we're going to make sure this image has alt text. The alt text is okay with the exception of the .png, so we'll take that out and click update. And then here is another link. We're going to check that. Open in a new tab. Also linking to the course, so we're going to get rid of that as well. Alright, so this is a broken image. We don't have an image for quizzes, but this is actually nested under activities, and it is an activity for the course. So then the last two pieces of this is going to be the first part. So we're going to go through, we're going to get rid of all of the, well, we're not going to get rid of it. We're going to make sure all of the text is 12 point. We're going to get rid of all of the bolding on the page for accessibility reasons. We're going to get rid of highlighting for accessibility reasons. And then we're going to change any of that colored text over to black text. So once you have all that done, that last step of every page is going to be to go to HTML editor and click that, and then do that Control F to search, and search for Dropbox. We don't have any Dropbox images or links or anything on this page, so we're good to go. So we're just going to click Save. Now I didn't finish formatting all of the page with the 12-point font and get rid of the bold and the highlighting and all of that, but you'll want to make sure that you do that in all of your pages. And like I said, for every page of the module, you're going to do the same thing. So if you click Next, this one doesn't have any images, but we still want to make sure that we're formatting all of the pages. We want to make sure all of these pages have 12-point font and that they don't have any bolding. So if you highlight this text, my highlighting feature is not working properly. Highlight it, get rid of that bold, make sure it's 12-point font, then you can just move on to the next page if there's not any images or anything. And then once you get to Module 2, which I'll just click through some of these, once you make sure you're formatting these, but once you get to Module 2, I believe is the next one. Yeah, so that's when you're going to go to your template, and you're going to go on to Module 2 to make sure you get that Module 2 banner. So if you click Next here, then you will have the Module 2 banner, and you can go put that in the course. Now when I scrolled down to the bottom, I realized that I actually missed a step, so we're going to go back and we're going to add the quick links. We have new quick links in our template that will take the students to different departments on campus if they need to get in touch with them. So we're going to copy this. That's all you have to do is copy it and then put it at the bottom of all of your modules. So with this being an old course and it wasn't in our updated template at all, that wasn't there and visible for me to see. So make sure that you're adding those pieces as well. So I'll go back in, I'll edit, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and then we're just going to paste that content in. And it takes a couple seconds for that image to pop up, but it will pop up. And then once it's there, you just click Save. And then you're ready to go to the next page.